my name is Mark Lentz. I'm the head of GEMS American Academy. I have been with GEMS American Academy for 7 years. Prior to that, I was the director of the American International School in Egypt. Prior to that, I worked in numerous international schools abroad and several schools in America. I was a counselor as well as a teacher before I became an administrator. So I've had a bit of a circuitous path into education. I've done a bit of everything, a bit of a jack of all trades, they say in the United States. I hope that makes me a more well-rounded head of school.
Yes, and I feel like you have traveled at so many places. You have met like different type of students, the work culture, the education culture.
Yeah, I love travel. I've been to almost 90 countries. Last count was 88. So yeah, I've been abroad about 26 years. So I think I've worked with someone from almost every country in the world at some point.
Wow, interesting. So can you provide an overview of the academic programs offered at GEMS American Academy in Qatar and how they do align with the school mission and vision?
Yeah, thanks for asking. That's an easy one. Our school mission and vision is founded on our core values and our learning principles. We created the core values, purpose, leadership, innovation, respect, and tenacity, because we believe those are the skills students need to succeed in the 21st century work environment. And our mission statement basically is built around those values to give kids those values. And so all of our curriculum is based around that. I often get asked the difference between American curriculum and British curriculum or Indian curriculum. America doesn't really have a specific national curriculum because we have 50 states. Each state individually created its own curriculum. We've recently created something called Common Core, sort of designed to unify. Having said all that, I think the strength of American curriculum, it allows teachers a lot of flexibility because there's not one curriculum to choose from. They can pick and choose a little bit.
From anywhere.
They can teach to their strengths. It makes the curriculum a little bit more flexible for the teacher and for the student. I think it's a little bit more inquiry based.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I really found it very cool. Like I so wish I was a student now.
Thank you very much.
And can you elaborate on how your school academy implements on personalized learning approaches to cater the diverse needs of students, like what students need, how you keep in mind and everything?
We've recently hired a student support coordinator, and she is in charge of coordinating all of our student services. So she works with our counseling department, our special needs department, our ELL department, and making sure that, again, you're meeting the needs of every student. One of the things we came up with this year, which I think is unique, maybe another school in Qatar does it. If they do, I don't know. Yeah. But we've built into our schedule what's called WIN time, and WIN stands for what I need. So there's a specific hour a week where each individual kid has a chance to, if you're struggling in math and I'm struggling in English and our friend is struggling in science, each of us gets a chance where we're focusing on the area that we need the most additional support in.
Wow.
Because every kid's strong in a different area.
So every teacher focuses on each student, like whosoever needs the attention on whatever particular subject.
Yeah, and there's at least an hour a week. There's 2 30-minute blocks where kids specifically get what I need.
Wow, that's a really amazing, innovative teaching technique, which I believe.
Yeah, we're proud of it. Thank you.
I'll skip this third question because my third question was about the same thing. So, how do extracurricular activities contribute in the holistic development of students and overall education experiences?
I think this is not unique just to my school. I think lots of schools offer after-school activities, extracurricular activities. I like to believe, again, that sort of American flexibility. If there was a after-school activity that a student wanted that we don't have, then we'll figure out a way to make it work. A few years ago, we had a student ask why we didn't have a debate club, and the answer was, I don't know. No one ever asked to have a debate club, and they said, can we have a debate club? So they got a few students that were interested. We got a teacher to support them, and now we have a debate club. So I think we really have almost any after-school activity you could imagine, and if we don't have it, and you've imagined it, then we can make it happen.
You name it, we have it. We'll definitely work on it. And extracurricular do matter in students' life. It is really important.
Absolutely.
So parent-teacher collaboration is very crucial for students' success. Like both both need to work as a team. Like parents are equally involved as teachers are involved in the student's career. So how does your academy foster effective communication and collaboration between parents, teacher and students? How do they balance out things?
We talk a lot about a triangle. You can't have a triangle if you only have two sides, right? You need all three sides you mentioned.
Correct.
The teacher, the parent, and the student. I'm very proud that we have GEMS. If you haven't already heard, GEMS is one of the largest independent education organizations in the planet. We've been around for over 60 years. We have lots of big international schools. It's a point of pride for me that I have one of the highest parent satisfaction rates of any school in our entire network. I do almost every year. I think my parents are smart. So I think if they're that satisfied, that means we're knocking that triangle that we talked about out of the park. Parents are always included. We have tons of communication between my teachers and my students. I myself have an open door policy. I'm out in the morning shaking hands every morning and saying goodbye to people every afternoon. And if somebody needs something and they need to see me or one of my SLT, we're available.
And I believe like GEMS AQ is so much involved in each and every student's in their personal growth and educational growth, and these things really matter to bring students, parents, teacher together under one roof. So coming back to, can you provide us more details on about the professional development opportunity for teachers, how they can contribute? Because we have already spoke about parents, but how teachers and how they contribute in the quality of education offered in the school.
Another good question. We have lots of PD for our teachers, professional development. They're actually in professional development as we speak right now. I was in a PD with them when I left to come chat with you.
Okay.
And we also have early release Thursdays. So every Thursday we get out about an hour early, and that time is spent on professional development for our teachers every single Thursday. We also have a new curriculum initiative that we've brought in, and we're bringing in outside trainers specifically to coach on that new curriculum. We have two separate outside trainers coming in to talk about curriculum. We have something called map testing, and we bring map testers in every year. So we make sure our teachers are trained to the highest quality possible on every curriculum that we use.
Wow. So coming back to Qatar's educational landscape, it's very diverse and rapidly evolving. So how does GEMS AQ stay updated with educational trends and adapt its strategies and to ensure just the students are prepared for fully future challenges and everything?
You know, that's an important question. I saw a statistic, it's now an older statistic, but 80% of the kids going into school today will do jobs that don't exist. So I'm old enough that when I grew up, there was literally a book that they would give you, and these were the jobs you could have, flip through and find. Most of the kids in school today will be doing jobs that don't exist today. So how do you train someone to do a job that you I can't even comprehend what it might be? Rote learning, the way I grew up with, is passé. You can't teach that way anymore. You have to be innovative. Because I work for the GEMS network, I love to be innovative. I believe my school is innovative, but even if we weren't, GEMS wouldn't let us. They're an GEMS was recently nominated in the top 10 companies with the most innovative strategies to have an impact on changing the world. And we're a part of that network. We're a part of that constant drive for change. And I think I'm in a unique position as a US school because of that creativity that I mentioned. We really focus on what we call inquiry-based learning, problem solving. It's about students gaining knowledge. The old day of the teacher, they used to call it a sage on the stage, the guy standing up and dispersing knowledge. We now call the teacher the guide on the side. We're not there to preach at the children. We're there to guide the children through their own learning path, because they're going to have to learn on their own in order to be able to do those sorts of skills.
And I believe those were the times where we just had limited options, career option. Either you be a doctor, engineer or software engineer, but with time, career opportunities has changed. And I believe in the next 15, 20 years, we'll have more other job options, more career opportunities. So it's better to just be open for anything.
Agreed. My son just told me the other day about a YouTuber, Mr. Beast. I looked it up.
YouTubers are actually earning very well. They are earning more than us.
He's making hundreds of millions.
See?
Posting YouTube videos.
And back then, who knew that YouTube would be a such big thing, or being a content creator or doing something of your own, just being a food blogger, going and just eating food can pay you money, because we know, okay, you need to pay money to someone, then you get good food. But now things have changed.
And they're changing quickly.
Yeah, and people are adapting as well. People are accepting the change. Okay, now this is new, let's try this.
Agreed.
And so coming back to the community engagement is often a cornerstone of success of school. And how does GEMS engage with local community? How do the interaction gets benefit for both the students and the community?
Well, right now I'm excited to be liaising with SUNY 91.7 and Olive 106.3. So thank you for inviting me. That's some great community outreach for us. We work with lots of different companies. Pre-COVID, we had an internship program where students went out, and our senior students went out on Thursdays and actually worked in companies.
Wow.
So we had lots of companies that we worked with. During COVID, unfortunately, we weren't allowed to do that. And so we're working on plans this year to look at bringing that back. But we have so many volunteer organizations, student organizations. We work with local pet shelters. We work with so many different, we're one of the first eco-friendly schools in the country. And then we also have 2 parent events a year where our parent community brings in. We have a United Nations Day where we invite people from all over the local, we have many local companies that come in, and we have lots of food from all the different countries. We have over 80 nationalities at our school. So tons of food and tons of stalls and lots of businesses. It's a really fun event.
And can you elaborate on any unique partnership or collaboration that AAQ has established with the local or international organization to enhance the students' educational experience?
We're a member of the Duke of Edinburgh, which is an organization it's in America we would call it the Boy Scouts or the Cub Scouts, but it's an organization that helps kids learn life skills outside of the classroom. It's a British organization, even though we're an American school, but it's a really good organization. So we've started working with them. Like I said, we've worked with the local eco community, and we have lots of eco partners in the local community. We're fully NEASC accredited. That is the best accreditation organization in the United States. It puts sort of a stamp on our kids' diplomas that says this is a valid university transcript. It's accepted anywhere in the world. We work with ESM sports, so any sports that we don't provide in our after-school activities, they take over at 5 o'clock when we stop and use our facilities, and lots of our kids participate in those. And then we've also worked with Camps International, because each year we offer international trips. We've taken kids to, oh my goodness, we've taken kids to Georgia, we've taken kids to Switzerland. Both of those were ski trips. We've had multiple trips to Africa. I think they did a Sri Lanka trip a few years ago. So we're always looking for what's next.
Wow, you make me feel like I should go back to school.
I think that all the time. I wish I was at.
I wish I was like a kid now. Then I could have so much to explore. But thank you so much for coming here and sharing such a great thing. And I really had a great conversation. But before we end this interview, is there something which you would like to share, the closing line or any message or anything?
I'd love to. And also thank you. I agree. It's been a great conversation. I'd just like to mention that we're less than a week away before school starting.
Yes.
We have a few seats left, but we are filling up fast. So if you're out there listening and you're still looking for a school, we have an open house this Wednesday at noon. Please come visit our open house. And if you can't make it at that time, contact my admissions department. You can find us online at GAAQ on our website. And we'd love to host you and let you come check out our school.
Yes, I'm sure people will come and they would love to, because if I am so interested of going back to school, the people who are planning their kids to go school, how much excited they would be.
You're very kind.
Thank you so much for coming here. It was lovely having you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Thanks so much.
Thank you.